Well, let's start with the big one that people think they have to have perfect credit to buy a house. So what's your take on that? How does that usually work?
Yeah, I think that's such a great place to start because, a lot of times credit is one of the most important factors when we're doing a mortgage, but it's also something that's really misunderstood. And I think a lot of people have the misunderstanding that you need to have perfect credit, and it's just not true. Really, I think one of my first jobs as a loan advisor is to help people understand their credit score and know how we got there and then what we can do to improve it. And this is something a lot of people don't know. I can work with credit scores in the 500s with certain loan types. So you certainly don't need to have a perfect credit score to buy a house.
Yeah. So you're saying numbers. I'm gonna pretend like I'm a first-time home buyer. My daughter's 19. She's renting, of course, in college still. But thinking about a 20, 21, 22-year-old that thinks, hey, I need to go buy a house. Maybe they don't have a lot of credit history. We won't get into the weeds of needing cosigners and stuff right now. But if you do a credit search, take me through that real quick. Just basic 5th grade level, that credit score searching process.
Yeah. So your credit score is basically a story of your financial history. And what makes it a little confusing is there's several different models that we use for scoring credit. Depending on the model, there's a lot of different things we look at. So number one is we're going to look at the length of your credit history. How long have you been paying on debt that you have secured through using credit? And we want to see on-time payments. Now, sometimes people are going to have a slip up and maybe miss a payment.
Yep.
You know what? Me too. I don't think there's anyone out there that hasn't had something surprise them on their credit at times. But the trick is, it's not what happened, it's how did you pivot and address it after. And that's what we're looking at, that the credit score starts to tell that story of. So, when you're young and starting out, you don't have any credit. You turn 18 years old and you may have no credit score. So it's really important to start building and establishing that credit history early on. You have to play the credit game to be able to participate in the credit building process.
Yeah, that's true. What are some of the easiest primary things you've seen people do to start that game?
So I think one of the best pieces of advice I've gotten on this is, and I just recently did it for my son who went off to college. When your kids turn 16, put them on your account as an authorized user and help them start building a credit history. That way, out the gate at 18 years old, they have some type of credit score.
Like checking account? Put them on your...
No, a credit card account.
Credit card account. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so there's certain cards that will allow you to add someone on as an authorized user. Now, if your parents didn't do that, or if you don't have the credit to do that for your kids, the minute they're 18, getting a credit card, any kind of a credit card, a secured credit card. And I'm mentioning 18, but sometimes seriously, this is people like 30 years old, older, that maybe have never accessed the credit market.
Yeah.
But getting a secured card, and it seems a little silly because you're going to pay $200 or $300 for them to give you $200 or $300 in credit. But it gives you the opportunity to start practicing using credit and paying it back and building up that history for your score.
I got you. Okay. Don't need perfect credit. They just need to have a plan. And that's kind of why I wanted to do these podcasts, is to talk to you and other people about where do I start, that kind of thing.